Morning. Let's get stuck in. We'll start as we do with a little excerpt from Atlas Shrugged. Right. Money demands that you sell, not your weakness to men's stupidity, but your talent to their reason. It demands that you buy, not the shoddiest they offer, but the best that your money can find. And when men live by trade, with reason, not force, as their final arbiter, it is the best product that wins, the best performance, the man of the best judgment and the highest ability. And the degree of a man's productiveness is the degree of his reward. This is the code of existence, whose tool and symbol is money. Is that what you consider evil? Right. So we're in that mindset of I love looking at money like that. It just makes me want to have more. You're just like, because it is a good thing. It is a really good, positive thing when you understand how productivity is tied to it. Anyways, we're not here to talk about that. Let's have a look at the markets. So I've got the Qs up there. Let's go to the 10-year. And this is, it's a little bit bloody confusing, this one, because you've got the 10-year starting to take a little bit of a bounce after a nice dip yesterday, fucking almost 10 points. It's coming close to this 20 and just saying, right, I'll see you later. Like, these are pretty solid movements. There's not a lot of nice, steady continuity. You've got decent movements in this each day. And I mean, in the last 4 days, it's come from a low of 3.8 to a high. Like, that's mental. 40 point, like, anyway, it's a big range. It's hanging around the top, going up. So my expectation would be that this is probably going to put pressure on the markets, but counteracted by the VIX dropping even lower, which is bullish. So I don't know. You got to be aware of the bond auction today. That is going to be pretty important. I think US time, it's around 12 or 1. I don't know, something like that. Just keep an eye out for that. The dollar's, pulled back a little bit. Not enormously, but, 50 cents is decent. Right, let's have a look at the Russell. A little bit of a jump. Again, I don't like this chart at all. Too choppy. Nothing. Levels are just getting violated. Like, fucking hook up. It's just getting smashed. So I don't like it. There is definitely opportunity there. There's a little bit of resistance in here. You can be like, oh yeah, but it's holding that really solid. Cool. And it held this pretty solid the day before, and then it just chopped all the way through it. Like, I don't like that. It's just hard to come up with fixed probabilities. The ES is actually having a bit of a jump this morning, and this I'm starting to like. Right? So this is going to be representative of the SPY. This could be a really good little opportunity. If this level here, and I probably don't have it bang on, I'd probably like to move that just a little higher. Oh, what did that touch? I see what I was doing. There, no, I'm at that sort of level. So if it can hold that 497,450 level, pretty good. I would like to see, once the market opens, a retest, hold, and then hopefully off to the races. And you're going to have a little bit of resistance at this area. That would be your first level to watch. If it can break here, maybe a check back, come over, something like that, then you're looking at all-time highs and probably pushing close to that 5,000. Now, again, very, very important that you're watching the bond auction. As that gets closer, you will get more volatility around that time. The NQ. I'm not crazy about this level. I wouldn't play off this level. It was good back here, but it's just been violated 2 times. I think I deleted it off the Qs, actually. I want clear levels. clear. You don't want to be taking things that are choppy because it fucks your probabilities. And that sort of happened to me a little bit yesterday with that level getting violated. So once it's violated, I remove it. This is good. Or let's say, multiple violations. One violation here it's pretty quick recovery. But this is good. This is a good spot. This is clearly a bit of resistance. There's a solid little range through there, which is, so I wouldn't play a reversal off this. Again, I'm in bullish camp at the moment. I'm not shorting anything. So what I'd probably, two options for this. Rejection, I'm not playing anything. Bang, boom, boom. Here I'm long. I'm long into this level. Then I would get out and I would start a new trade if we got something like this. That would be a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Off to the races, all-time highs, blue sky territories. I don't know that we will get that. The SPY is looking like my favorite though right now. SPY is actually looking good, which it wasn't when I looked earlier. So this is one to watch. And the movement, you're looking at this bullish, it's just bullish. Everything's fucking bullish. Like, it's just going up. So if you want to try and short this, good luck to you. But you can see this is a 4-hour chart. It's just fucking good. You're just constantly on a run up, right? So I'm not trying to fight that. I'd expect this looks very bull flaggy. If you see, you've got this pole. Ah, shit, wrong one. Sorry, let me get rid of that. Pole, flag, consolidation. This is super bull flaggy, which makes me really excited for some good upside. Like, you could potentially get a run like this over this level. If you get a hold over, this could be a really good level up to 500. That could be a very, very good money maker, which is why I am quite intrigued on that SPY at the moment, where it is getting to. Very appealing. Very, very appealing. This is probably my number one watch. Qs are a little bit more, it's not as clear. Once it gets over this mark and consolidates, then I'd be in the same boat. Be like, let's go. JP Morgan I'm watching. So I've got puts on this for a longer term sort of strategy, but I just think the banks are going to get fucked at some point. And JP Morgan will go down. It'll go down less than the others, but they'll all go down. I entered my puts, I don't know, a week ago. They're about 3 months out at 174 or 173 something. I don't know. Anyways, I got some profit yesterday because I was like, this is still trending higher at the moment, and I think I can probably get back in. Like, it was like $70 profit off a 3 gram. It wasn't even, what was it, 1%? 2% or something on the trade. Which, I mean, if you're looking at, 2% is not a bad return if you're looking at bank deposits and shit over like a week, but that's not what I'm sort of going for on that one. That one should be a few 100%. And the better my entry can be, the better that's going to be. So 176 is probably what I'm looking for that entry. And I'll probably raise it up to 170 as my call. Something like that. I'll have a look at the prices. But that's not a levels trade. That's just a long-term, more macro sort of thesis. TSM still holding beautifully above this. Good break, good consolidation yesterday. If the semis go, I'm expecting this to have a very nice little run. I'm probably slightly down on that position now because we're getting a little bit of time decay. NVDA, this would have been great yesterday. I got, there were 2 levels I had in the middle that I was joining on. I wouldn't, again, too much violation in there, so I wouldn't worry about it at that point. This 84 marks turning into a little bit of resistance, which is interesting, both yesterday and in the pre-market. I'd probably really, really, really like another pullback to this level, to that 66, 65, 64, and go long off that. That would be quite nice, I think. Snow. John Snow. 215. Yeah, I don't know. It's not, it is clear rejection. You can say boom, boom, and then here, boom. But I want it to run. It's not really moving the way that I want it to, so I'm not really sold on Snow. I'd probably get it back at the 210, but I'm not going to play this middle shit, and I'm not going to try and pull it long at 215 either, because it'd have to be. I'd probably be jumping in at like 2.7, even then, because you got that. Yeah, that's what happened to me yesterday. I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, and then it rejected down. Netflix, I'm not touching. Ooh. This level's holding pretty strong. Definitely turned into resistance yesterday. If the market goes negative, potential short. Potential short. And your next major level would be down there. That could be a really good short. Don't know that. Don't know if I trust that, and I don't really want to go short in this market, but that's definitely an idea. Amazon, I think this level's holding beautifully, so if it came back down here, I'd long it again, 67.50 to 68. Definitely an option. SMCI, nothing but long, and I would love to see another pullback. I'd actually like a deeper pullback, but under sort of that 34, and I'd go a lot harder than what I did last time. This is a good one to watch for the semis, and you're getting some very solid resistance at this level up here. Struggling to break through, and there's a really long trend line that goes a bit further back, and it's just rejected off there. This is a rejection point for a very, very, very long trend line. So I don't know if we're just going to sort of play around these areas and then reverse down or not. It doesn't really matter. You just got to sort of watch the market and use this as an extra indicator. Watch as it's coming into resistance, because the semis are playing off this, and they were yesterday. Probably not SMCI. It's sort of just going. But NVDA was playing pretty consistently with this price action. So good one to watch if you're playing on the semis and chips. Apple. I was expecting a down run yesterday. I don't know, man. I don't know how I want to play this or if I want to play it. So I'm not going to. Google, if Google gets to 145, keeps playing this rejection, could be good. If it gets over and holds, you've got a very nice gap fill in there. Really, really nice gap fill. That would probably be my preference. I just don't know what's going to get there. Coin, yeah, no, just shit. I'm not touching it at the moment. In that sort of choppy area. If you want to play a bounce off this one sort of 16, but there's a really key level around the 118, 117 level, and it's just fucking chopped the fuck out of that level. So I don't like it. I need something clearer. Meta, there's some options there. Just keep an eye out for these levels. This one would be my entry long, 448, 449. Something to keep an eye on. Again, if it gets under, you've probably got the potential for a really nice pullback. Just look at this, no volume in here, no structure, no nothing. Now, Alibaba didn't clearly do what I thought it would. Now, those numbers are out. They're not reporting on there, so I don't know what they were. I thought they were good. You got this initial pop, but it couldn't have been that good. This is also a resistance level. I think it's a 50 SMA or 200 SMA or something at this level. Pretty key. So rejection off there is playing that level. If it comes back down here near the 20 and gets a bounce, then you could be pretty bullish on that. If it doesn't and it comes back under, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd like to know those numbers. And this is like my proxy for China and Alibaba. It's just interesting things to look at. Tesla, I'm not touching in this middle bit. There are definitely opportunities. You can see this is quite a clear level. So pullbacks to that 82 and a bounce would be likely, but I want the bigger levels. This was a good one that I probably should have played. I could have played that yesterday and done really well. Because it's a very, let's just have a look at that on a longer time frame. That's a really key point. Where did I get it from? Yeah, touch, boom, support there. Yeah, this is a pretty key level. So that bounce was actually doable. I just wasn't looking at it. And that would have been a really, really nice little pin. And fuck me, look at this daily before. Epic tail down and reject. Yeah, that I'm actually annoyed about that now. That should have been a good one yesterday. I didn't want to touch Tesla because my whole idea is I'm waiting for it to come back up to this 206 and then short it. Anyway, that's what it is. That's a bit of a look. I hope you got some ideas from that. You got questions, drop them in the comments. If you've got thoughts, if you're not making money and you want to make money, why, what's in your decision making? Are you controlling your emotions as you're going through the trade? Very, very, very important. Much more important than the actual trade is controlling your emotions through that. And then coming up with an approach to trading that fits your personality. That's also important. If you're a massive risk taker and you don't really give a shit about downside, you need to engineer protecting downside into your strategy. You can still take huge risk, but you just need to engineer that into whatever the strategy is. So I don't think the way that I'm trading well, I'm going to change how I'm trading now, so I'm fucking worried about that. You probably watch this. If you watch this one and then you watch me in 6 months' time, I know I'm going to be doing things differently. So I'm going to get better. And so you change as you get better. If you don't have a method that you think is quite suited to you yet, keep playing around, keep your risk really, really low. Only play with stuff you think you can afford to lose. And then reduce that to 1/10 and play with that. Because then you're focused on learning, it's not on making money, which is what it should be on. Ideally, you come in to do this trading and you just do it because you love it and the money's just a scoreboard. I think that's probably the best way to go. I hope so. That's how I sort of look at it. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to go there. Enjoy your trading day. Drop some comments. And I'll see you on the next one. Make some money! Money!